Welcome to today's Catholic History Minute on the origins of the Hokey Pokey, or Hokey Pokey if you're one of our friends across the pond. You may be asking, what in the world does Catholic history have to do with the Hokey Pokey? And the answer is everything. Now, before all you Protestant historians call foul and say that there's no written proof that the Hokey Pokey is a sinister anti-Catholic plot to show the disdain for the sacredness of the Catholic liturgy, I'll remind viewers that we in the Catholic Church regard tradition as a valid source of obtaining truth about events in the past. And there's plenty of tradition to support the position that the devil's favorite song may be in fact the Hokey Pokey. In a 2008 Telegraph article entitled, "Doing the Hokey Pokey Could Be a Hate Crime," this tradition can plainly be seen. The article describes how the Ranger Football Club fans were known for playing and dancing the Hokey Pokey when the Catholic Celts came to town. Church leaders in both Scotland and England threw a fit, and rightly so. For the Catholics, the transubstantiation is literally heaven on earth. We profess the belief in the true presence of Christ in the Eucharist, and to make light of it begs the age-old question, is nothing sacred? Well, to the Scottish Puritans in the 18th century, the Catholic consecration was a joke. So they wrote a little ditty and put it to dance, which is surprising taking their anti-fun stance on literally everything. Now, if you're a modern Catholic, you may be thinking, I go to Mass, and the Hokey Pokey doesn't look anything like it. I mean, all you're doing is putting your hands and your legs in certain places and turning around a bit. How is that the consecration? Well, the consecration looks a little different today than it did back in the 1700s. You see, before the Novus Order that we see in most American Catholic churches today, the priest was turned around on the altar, and during the consecration he would make many hand and turning movements, all to show reverence to the sacred species. And if you go to the traditional Latin Mass today, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. However, it's not only the gestures of the consecration that the malicious Puritans intended to mock, but also the sacred words of consecration. Hokey Pokey, or pokey depending on your country of origin, comes from the words hocus pocus. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just that fun Disney movie from the 1990s? And you would be right. However, the words hocus pocus were the Puritans' fun saying to mock the Latin words of consecration. Hoc est enum corpus meum, or this is my body. Disturbing, right? Well, the Telegraph article pokes fun at the Catholic officials for being so overly concerned about the Hokey Pokey at soccer games. However, I commend the Church for standing against the profound disrespect to our Lord in a truly heinous song. I mean, we live in a world where it's a hate crime to suggest that we should have separate bathrooms. But sacrilege? Well, that's just a laugh. Now, if you're a parent and you're thinking, is it really all that bad to let my kids do the Hokey Pokey? I mean, come on. They don't mean to disrespect the most cherished and adored event on the planet. Let me tell you a story. There once was a grandfather who served in the Second World War. And one day, when his grandchildren came to the farm to visit, he found them on the banks of a creek using an American flag they had found in a shed as a beach towel. Now, did the young kids know that they were disrespecting the flag and what it stood for? No, of course not. However, that didn't stop the spankings. And the lesson was never forgotten. Honor the things in this world that should be honored. Revere those things that should be revered. And while your grandfather may be an old man, he can still spank you like he's 20. So next time, when you show up at a Catholic wedding reception and the confused DJ puts on the Hokey Pokey to get the kids involved, instead of pulling a St. Nick and knocking his block off, say a prayer to Our Lady and calmly ask him to stop playing the song because it truly is offensive. Until next time, thanks for watching and God bless you all.